What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, November 9th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at BetMGM using the link in the description. You see over here, pointing to it on the banner, incredible deal. Be in a legal betting state. Be new to BetMGM. Sign up using that link. You'll get up to a $1,000 risk-free bet and 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum. That covers everything that we have except for Fantasy Cruncher. You could add that on. That covers everything we have. Projections, ownership, boom, bust, all that good stuff. Everything behind the paywall. So check it all out. Link in the description. Now, we round out the bottom of my top 10 with RJ Barrett, Anthony Edwards, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris, and Jalen Smith on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm looking at Cade Cunningham. He is point guard eligible, 7,500, projected for 42. The goal is 47. He's in the optimal lineup 12% of the time. Cunningham just plays the most minutes, has the ball the most, does the most things, so he's always going to look at least a little bit interesting. Now, tough matchup, pace down against Boston. They're 11.5-point underdogs, but if this game is competitive, you have to assume that Cade has a lot to do with it. 34 minutes, 1.2 fantasy points per minute, 30% usage for Cade, 21 points, 10 boards. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. 7 rebounds, 6.5 assists, and 2 stocks. I just think Cade is like a couple $100 underpriced. He seems to get slept on every slate. He's the heartbeat of the Pistons. When they're competitive, it's going to be because of him. And if he's going for 45 plus fantasy points, he's a guy that you're going to want to have a lot of exposure to. At number 4, we go to Indiana for Buddy Hield, shooting guard, small forward eligible. So you also get him at guard, forward, and utility. 6,400, projected for 35. The goal is 42. He's in the optimal lineup 13% of the time. 34 minutes here for Hield. The minutes have been massive as of late. It's a little over a fantasy point per minute guy. Pace neutral against Denver, but mildly competitive because it is in Indiana, so only 5.5-point dogs. It's mostly scoring for Hield, but he does a little bit more than you would expect. Almost 18 real points, 5.5 boards, and 4 assists. A stock and a half as well. The positionality and the minutes that he's been playing are the key takeaways here for Buddy Hield. Next up at number 3, we're looking at John Collins, power forward center eligible, 6,100, projected for 34. The goal is 40. He's in the optimal lineup 14% of the time. Collins plays about 32 minutes a game. The fact that you get power forward and center makes the flexibility a little bit easier. He's a little over a fantasy point per minute guy, 17% usage, which is light for Collins, but Q tag on Trae Young. A lot of upside here on the off chance that Young happens to be out. 15 points and 10 boards. So projecting John Collins straight away for a double-double, maybe an assist, maybe a steal, maybe a block. Pace neutral against Utah, but a great matchup against the Jazz. Regardless of what their defense ranks at so far this season, this is not a team that projects to be good defensively. You're never going to be that when Kelly Olynyk is your center. If Kelly Olynyk was that good at anchoring a defensive unit, then he would be playing for teams that are better than the Utah Jazz. Anyway, play John Collins, power forward center, 6,100. Now, if you need a center play, Myles Turner is your man, just center eligible. For some reason, just 5,700, projected for 33.5. The goal is 38.5. He's in the optimal lineup 14% of the time. I got him in for 30 minutes, but he can play upwards of 34. You know that he can go on a block party as well. 1.1 fantasy points per minute for Turner, 21% usage, just gets the ball a little bit more now that Sabonis isn't around. 14 points, 8 boards, an assist, a half steal, and 3 blocks at a baseline, which means that 5 or 6 is certainly on the table. I don't know why he's only 5,700. He should be like 62 or 63. It would just look a little bit more reasonable. But for now, given the fact that Turner can play a couple extra minutes, you're happy to get him at 5,700. You just don't need a lot. If he scores 40 real points, you're going to be happy to have him in any lineup you have. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then please go sign up at BetMGM using the link in the description. This one was easy. Number one contender is Darius Garland, point guard eligible, 6,900, projected for 40.5. The goal is 44.5. He's in the optimal lineup 15% of the time. Why he's 6,900, I do not know. 36 minutes for Garland, and honestly, he could play 37 or 38. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, going up against a Sacramento team that is not good defensively, and it's a slight pace-up matchup for Cleveland. But really, it's the price tag. I think he's $8K on FanDuel. You just can't get away from a $6,900 Garland. 28% usage, 22.5 real points, almost 4 boards, almost 8 assists, and a stock and a half. Garland is just underpriced. The ceiling for Garland, the fact that you only need 45 fantasy points for him to hit his goal, is the reason you see him at the top of this list, because you wouldn't even be surprised if Garland scored 45 real points. That's the kind of scorer that he is. Now, that's obviously a ridiculous day, but he does a little bit of everything else, too. I love Darius Garland on DraftKings. The price makes it easy. Don't overthink it. Number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, November 9th. FanDuel version's around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.